Hello. Hi. How are you doing? This is Yasmin Hairo from the Netherlands in Zelhem with Ixie, one of my cats. Um, so it's Sunday today. How are you doing? So I'm doing good. Last week was not so good, but I only worked 3 days. So let us start counting at Sunday, the 12th of February, right? You see it? Sunday, I went to the field, made 20 sales, which is okay, I guess, $100 on a Sunday. And then we go to Monday, the 13th, 8 sales. Tuesday 22, Wednesday 11, Thursday 8, Friday 12, Saturday 10, and Sunday, that's today the 9th, also 10 sales. So that is 8 days in a row, and that's about 101 sales in 8 days. So I guess that's okay. If you're having a mental disability, then that's okay, right? Okay. So so how much money have you earned this weekend? Huh? And except for working every day, I also saved and invested a lot more, which is also good. So if a guy with a disability can do it, what's holding you back? Why are you not doing it? Right? But excuse me, I've had a lot of coffee today. Okay. Uh, so I've talked in a previous video about implementation, how important it is, and that implementation is everything. So now I'm sharing 3 things with you that work. One is to work and earn every day, to save every day, and to invest every day. And if you can't buy stocks on the weekend, then you put it in your investment account and you wait until Monday and then you buy the dividend stocks, right? I needed to show you that I'm actually doing what I'm saying. I think it's important. So, what's your excuse? Do you need the time? You need the time. You need the time to do nothing. Do you need the time to stroke yourself? Do you need the time to get fucked in the head by television? Right? So why am I saying it this way? It's not that I have a need to offend people or something like that. I'm actually a nice guy. Just that I want to get you into the implementation because that will really improve your life. And it's like a process of getting to a certain point, right? Maybe you're here somewhere, but we need to get you here, where you say, where you take a look at your life and you just say, fuck this shit. It's not good enough, right? I want more, and I'm gonna do something about it. I'm gonna take action. I'm gonna implement. If it means I have to work 7 days a week so that I can save money 7 days a week and invest money 7 days a week, and by doing that, I shorten the path to getting financially independent, then fuck it, I'm just gonna do it, right? If a guy with a mental disability can do it, then I, being healthy, I can absolutely do it too, right? So let's talk about putting some fire in your ass to achieve more. So you do this exercise. Take your key of the house and you go to your father's house, your mother's house, sister, brother, best friend, whatever. You give them your keys and you say, I want you to watch this for me and give it back to me tomorrow at 6 in the evening, right? And at home, you take out your wallet, right? And you take your spare key and you take your phone and you put them all on the table. Then you put on your coat and you walk outside and you close the door, with all that stuff on the table. And when you close the door, it locks itself, right? So you've locked yourself out of the house, and you're getting the key tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the evening. Oh, don't worry, you're not gonna die. Don't worry. And then, when you lock yourself out of the house, you take a long ass walk. You just walk, right? And you will start thinking, I'm gonna get hungry, but I don't have any money. How am I gonna eat? What am I gonna drink? It's gonna get cold tonight. Where am I gonna sleep? What if it rains? Gonna have all these thoughts in your head. And you're taking the long ass walk, right? And then two wonderful things will happen to you as you're taking the long ass walk. The first is you're gonna learn reality. And you're gonna learn it really fast, right? So what you will very quickly find out that there is no long line, there's no fucking line of people standing in line that want to help you out. There's fucking nobody. Everybody's watching television, right? So you learn reality really fast, how it really is. There is no fucking line of people that want to help you out. You're gonna also be thinking about the things you did, and you're gonna decide that some of the things are not worth it, and you're not gonna do it anymore. Like watching television is just a waste of time, a waste of life, and it's keeping you poor. Because look at it this way: what if you have on this side you're watching television 2-3 hours a day every night, or you could instead do a little work 2-3 hours a day extra, even if it pays badly, or you start a business and you're earning just a little bit, like $10 an hour or something. It's still 30 extra bucks for 3 extra hours. Times 30 days, it's 900 bucks extra a month. If you invest that properly, that's much better for you, right? And you're gonna realize who is your best friend in the world, and that's work. Work is your best friend in the world. And you're gonna love your friend work even more. And you're gonna decide that you need a lot of cash and that you need to work a whole lot because you need a lot of cash to buy and own a house so that this shit, what you're experiencing right now, is never gonna happen ever again, right? So it puts fire in your ass and you're gonna work more, right? You're gonna produce more. Maybe you're thinking like, well, Jasmine, I respect it that you work every day, 7 days a week, and that you prove it. And that's great. And for someone with a mental disability, that's awesome. Well done. But I don't know about this exercise, sleeping outside at night. Have you done it yourself? Right? So, yeah, it was done for me. I started my first business on 17 December 2012. About 8 months after I lost my job that was supposed to be lifetime employment. And I had, because of the hallucinations, I couldn't function anymore. I had earned the right to have income from the government for 8 months because I had worked 8 years. But after those 8 months, there was no money, so I had to find a job. Couldn't find a job. Thought about what I could do, go back to cooking, but I couldn't handle the pressure anymore because I couldn't focus. Didn't want to do those manual labor jobs that I hated. So I thought, well, I was studying finance, I was investing for myself. Maybe I could do that for other people. So I started my first company. In those 3 years, from December 2012 until somewhere at the start of 2015, I had earned only pennies with the company. It was taking too much time, too much energy. It wasn't producing nothing. So I had to close it. And it was my baby, and I was really sad and frustrated and angry and upset. And I would shout at my mother at home. I would argue with her. And then she decided, well, I'm taking care of your ass for all your life. In the past 3 years, you haven't earned anything, you haven't contributed anything. I am working hard, I'm paying all the bills, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. You're not doing anything. So and now you're arguing with me and shouting at me. I deserve better. Give me the keys of the house and get the fuck out. So I gave her the keys and I went out. I had no money. I had no place to stay. I had no credit on my phone. Couldn't call nobody. And I took the longest walk. Yeah, I am never gonna forget that. And it started to rain and it was cold. I had nowhere to go. So I was at this park where during the day the children play because they have these like things. I don't know how you call them. Uh, like swing sets and that sort of things, right? And they had like this wooden wigwam that was made for them to play in, and I would sit in it because it was raining, right? To get out of the rain, and I couldn't sleep all night. I was awake. I was thinking. Uh, Occasionally, I would hallucinate, right? So it was bad, and finally it became light, and I went into the city, and I knew about this like shelter, right, for the homeless. So I went there, and they gave me a cup of coffee, and they say, like, tell us what's going on, and I told them. And then they said, well, we are sorry, but we don't have room for you. So if I was ever disillusionized in my life, then it was at that time. So even the people that are supposed to help me couldn't help me, right? And then they said, maybe you can go to the day shelter, right, where they could be during the day, to try to get some food, right? So I went there, and I was trying to negotiate to get some food without having the money to pay for it. So I am kind of tired, so let me please make another cup of coffee so that I don't fall asleep. So yeah, that was my homeless night, and it was fucked up. Like, you can't imagine how fucked up it was, right? It was terrible, horrific. So then, after a while, my sister and her boyfriend at that time, they came and they picked me up at this day shelter, and we went back home. And I couldn't look at my mother because I was very angry. And then we ate, and my mother told me, just one question: have you learned anything from this? And because I hadn't slept all night, I went to bed and I fell asleep. But yes, I learned a lot. So after that, I printed out my resume and I went and visited businesses to find work in the whole city, and then in another city, and I couldn't find anything. And then my sister and my boyfriend said maybe you can start working in sales. In sales, they always have work, and they gave me sales training, and I started selling packages of greeting cards door to door in my own neighborhood on behalf of this charity. And then after a while, it turned out that this guy hadn't paid the notary, so it was not officially like founded and registered at the Chamber of Commerce. And I thought, well, that's not okay, because I'm going door to door for this to the people in my neighborhood, right? And I took all the money I had earned and I started my own foundation, the foundation Give It Light and Give It Life. I'm sorry. And I continued selling the greeting cards, and then the police came a few times and they said for what you're doing on behalf of a charity, there are rules and laws for that, and you need to get a permit. And then it turned out that you can only get a permit for a specific territory or region for 2 weeks in the year. And then if you want to proceed, you have to go to another territory, another region. And you also there have to apply for a permit and so on. So it was not practical to do. So I started my second business, Hiero, and I continued selling the packages of greeting cards, right? And now, more than 7 years later, I'm still doing it. And well, what I told you, so it will put fire in your ass, right? So because after that, I just kept on working like crazy. And during the Corona time, the years, what was I doing? I was selling my greeting cards door to door. I was like the only maniac out there dragging his feet and selling door to door. I didn't give a fuck about an aggressive flu. I didn't give a fuck about a virus. I got to get paid, right? Because I need a lot of cash, because I'm gonna buy a house and I'm gonna own the motherfucker, and I'm gonna own the land underneath it, so that this fucking shit of being ending up on the street is never ever gonna ever happen to me again, right? It puts fire in your ass. And it also has produced more than 50 books, right? Because they are assets. Assets are things, products, businesses that can make you money, right? So, and now this is the second time that I'm working 7 days a week, and thank God I'm not having pain in my back this time. I have a smaller bag now, I only take the necessary things with me. And I keep on going on. And it doesn't matter to me how long it will take to get there, to be able to buy the house, own the house. Doesn't matter to me how long it takes until I'm financially independent. It has put fire in my ass, and I'm paying the price for success every day. And so should you. So do the exercise, put fire in your ass, and get to work. Get to work. Okay, thank you very much. Please support me by buying some books and implementing them. Thanks a lot, and until next time, bye bye.